Woo, good morning everyone. We're on the jetty here at Madana Bay and we're gearing up to get out of here. Been here long enough. This jetty is not an overnight jetty, it's just to come and pick stuff up. We were out on the mooring last night and yeah, some water has arrived. We're filling up the tanks here with diesel water, and here they bring it in 20 litre containers and then lug it along the jetty and we put it in the tanks by hand. So yeah, you can't just fill up from the taps and stuff here because that's undrinkable water. So it's a bit more work, but we figured while we have a jetty, because otherwise we've got to dinghy it out normally. Best is when it rains, because then we catch 400 litres in an hour and you don't have to do anything. But yeah, we'll start off with some fresh water now and then we'll see how we go. I'll show you how I load that. Here we go. This is 22 gallons of water, they call them. Each one's they just call a gallon, but it's actually 4 US gallons, I think, 20 litres. So yeah, it's all got to go down there to the boat, and I'll use my wheelbarrow. So it's got to go to the boat, onto the boat, down into the boat, and tip it into the tanks. Yeah, so it's half a ton of water pretty much. Right, so water's all loaded. We've got nearly a month's worth, I guess, of water on board if we take it easy. It's pretty much dry season here now, so we can't expect much rain. Anyway, so today, as you can see behind me, I'm installing the new sail bag. Zoom Sails, Phil made me up a real nice one. You can see, learning by doing. I've got one side up. I'm going to show you how I'm doing the other side. It's not perfect. I mean, the sail bag looks perfect, but the lazy jacks are a little complicated to replace the old ones with the new ones. I'll show you what I'm doing there, and once that's up I'm going to try and put on the new sail. It's here in a big ball. I've put the battens in and I've put the hardware on, my sliders and things like that. I've put all that on, and so it's technically ready to go, but I haven't pulled it up yet, and I'll go off the jetty. To do that, I'll go back on a mooring buoy so that the boat swings around with the wind, obviously. Here the wind would be behind me and I don't want that. So yeah, but we'll get the lazy jacks and Boombag sorted out first. Alright, so what we're dealing with here, this is the pile of old lazy jacks. It goes inside, it goes up here to a block and then through and then back through the mast and down to this one. So now what I'm going to have to do is pull the new lazy jacks. This one, I'm going to stitch it onto here with some thread, needle and thread, and then wrap some tape around it, and then just pull this one and pull the whole new lazy jack ropes up and through. Alright, stitch that through now. Now I'm just going to wrap a bit of insulation tape around it just to keep it smooth, and we'll try and pull it through. Alright, moment of truth. Let's pull this thing through. Alright, that's up there now. Now I just have to go ahead and tie all these lazy jacks off on these 4 points. And in there is sort of like a batten. It's like a round, oh, like a fishing rod. There's 4 tubes in there. Well, that's got them all hooked on. And now I'll see this has come through. Can pull this tight now. And yeah, that looks about right actually. I've just sort of done everything here provisorisch. No, that's a German word. Provisionary maybe. I haven't done the knots and everything correctly. I'm just basically doing them all to see if it all pans out, and now I can see everything's about right. I'll take it down and do all the knots and you know, put safeties on them and wrap some tape around all the loose ends and all that sort of stuff. But looks good. Stoked. One thing that pissed me off a little bit, well, quite a lot actually, but in Indonesia when you get stuff shipped here, I don't know if it's their main source of income, but I don't know, the custom agents are so just assholes really. I can't say it any other way. But anyway, while they're unpacking all your boxes to then go through and put a value on, which they just make up and then add 40% to that value, they just seem to chuck stuff on the floor. So this stuff's all brand new, but look at it all. It's all just got rust and dirt, like all the way along here, and both sides of it just dirty and rusty and shitty. And on the sail as well, obviously they've just unwrapped the sail, probably walked around on it. There's a couple of dogs probably slept on it for a couple of nights, and so you get this brand new stuff that you've paid thousands for, and then you've paid another few hundred or 1,000 in tax, and you get it and it looks like it's 3 years old. It's just shit. I just, if they're gonna rape you basically for taxes, they could at least not mess up the stuff that they've just raped you for. So yeah, I'm not a fan, and I like to swear sometimes, and I'm holding back now, but I would be just fucking blasting right now if it wasn't for this channel. But anyway, there you go, customs in Indonesia. No one's friend at all. Okay, we're going to try and put this mainsail up now. We're leaving tomorrow morning early, so we've got to get it done. It's a little bit windy here now, but I decided to wait until Marie came back to give me a hand, also to film. It's not very good shots when I'm just doing it by myself. The sail is super stiff because it's just so new. It's hard to work with. Yep. Get in there. Get this pin through. Okay, so we're good to go. I'll just pull the halyard up from here. These sliders just pop over this, click on, and then they're locked in. And the next one, on this new sail, these are the battens and the batten pockets, and these are solid. I had webbing ones before, but apparently the sail comes down better if these are solid, so we'll try these out. Yo. Because I'm not a club person, I'm not a member of any yacht club or racing association, the last sail had, I don't know, racing numbers and stuff on it. Put the good old learning by doing logo on, much better. Alright. Looks pretty good. There's a bit of roach cut into it, but it doesn't quite hit the backstay. But it's way bigger than the topping lift. And that's fine, just let the topping lift loose. That's good. I'm going to put a bit of tension on it now, pull it all the way up and pull the outhaul out and see how she looks. Right, that's the mount, the halyard. And then this is the outhaul. Wow, she looks pretty good. Look at the shape of it. We're going to fly upwind with this thing. Ew. Yeah, that looks amazing. I'm pretty happy. I guess we'll tell tomorrow when we're sailing, but I think it's going to be pretty impressive. It's pretty light and it's pretty good shape by the look of it. I want to say thanks to Phil from Zoom Sails. He's based in Langkawi, but the sails get made in Sri Lanka in a big factory there. And it was absolutely no problem. We just walked me through the measurements as you saw in that other video we did about it. And it all seems to just have worked out. Like really nervous actually, but it seems to have just fits. I guess he did his job and made sure that we did it right with the measurements. And yeah, pretty stoked. I'd definitely recommend it. And but yeah, as I said, we'll see when we're sailing tomorrow. Obviously this isn't how I normally drop a sail, especially this new one. I'll have to teach it flaking, make sure it's got a bit of a memory, but I'm just going to put the reefing lines in and that now, so I just drop it like a lazy person. Continuing with the new sails and boom bags and things. I also sent a couple of shirts. Look at these babies.
Yeah, beautiful design. Thank you.
Zoom sails, thanks very much, Phil. On my previous sail I just had a tarp, a blue truck tarp that would go over top of the boom, and I'd just sort of string onto the side rails to keep us cool. Because down here, if you don't have a cover over, your boat just gets unbearably hot, and then, you know, until the middle of the night it's still really hot. So you need to have a cover. When I was thinking about getting the new boom bag made, I thought, well, I could integrate covers into it that would just simplify everything. So I asked Phil to sew these big zips on to the bottom of the boom bag on both sides, and got these covers made with yeah, the same material as the boom bag, and, you know, zip along the edge, and just holes in here, because I didn't really know how it was going to work, so I wanted to be able to do that myself. So he sent me a bunch of bungee cord and some hooks, and I'm just going to have to set it up. But I'm going to zip this on now the first time, and we'll see how it looks. This is learning by doing. Yeah, see, that's worked out pretty much exactly how I wanted it, to be honest. So now there'll be bungees that'll go onto here, and it'll just go over the safety rot lines and onto here. But anyway, it looks good, and it's going to protect the boat a lot.
And it's going to be more beautiful on the boat.
Yeah, it's going to be more beautiful, and it's very simple to pack up. The big tarp was a pain in the butt. Whenever it was windy and you're trying to take it off, it would just blow around, and it was heavy, and yeah, it was huge because it covered the whole thing. So these are a bit more manageable. You just unzip them, roll them up, put them away somewhere, arrive at the next anchorage, and yeah, 2 minutes later you've got the covers up. So pretty stoked.
The alien is super beautiful like this.
Yeah, pretty stoked how this starboard side turned out. Looks pretty rad. Just hooking up the port side now. No, actually just sort of exactly how I imagined it. What do you reckon, babe?
It's awesome. The blue cover was quite efficient but ugly, and now we have really a beautiful boat, and the light is better. I think inside it's gonna be more light too. It's really cool.
Worked out really good, eh? Ew, stoked. Well, we had to wait quite a while to test this new mainsail out, but yesterday, sailing down the west coast of Lombok, we got some good wind finally, and we're able to pull it up and also throw up the drone and get you this footage that you're seeing now. As we were sailing and I was flying the drone, I didn't actually get to tune the sail as such, but it just pulled it up tight, and it seemed to be pretty amazing shape right just out of the box. And yeah, as you can see from this footage, the boat was getting along nicely. We were doing about 7.5 knots and 12 knots of wind, and it was yeah, perfect sailing conditions. Yeah, I look forward to trying this sail out in a bit stronger conditions. I haven't even reefed it yet, so you'll obviously see footage of that as it comes along. I want to take this opportunity to say thanks to all you patrons out there. There's about 80 of you that support us here on this channel, and yeah, mainly because of your donations and your support, it's put the sail up on this mast, and it's getting us to our next locations, and that in turn is giving us the opportunity to film more content that you all seem to love so much. But anyway, thank you very much for that, and anyone out there who loves this content and is curious what Patreon's about, there's a link in the description below. It'll take you to my Patreon page, and hopefully explain it there, and maybe you're interested to support the, you know, us producing these videos. On average they take about 3 days a week to make one of these videos, so it's a fair bit of work and effort goes into it, and the expensive camera gear and things like that as well. So all of the donations are super appreciated, and also the contact and you know, discussions we have amongst all of us, and on the Signal group as well, group chat. And also I want to thank Phil from Zoom Sails for first his work. Obviously it's a great looking sail. I'm really stoked on how it turned out. The logo looks good. The Boombag is so, I can't, you know, before I didn't have a Boombag, so you used to have to wrap the sail up and pull the lazy jacks down and put another cover over it, and you know, if you're only sailing somewhere 5 miles, it was hardly worth the hassle. And now it's just zip, open it up, boom, sails up and you're off. It's so good. The covers that I had made, also super cool. Marie loves them, I love them. They just fit perfectly and they make the boat look amazing. And it's the same thing, zip, unclip, boom, they're off and we're off. You know, adventure time, it's the best time. You know, we don't want to be messing around with all sorts of ropes and cables and everything, so it's perfect. Phil, obviously we worked together and he gave me a really good price, basically did the job for free, just the cost of the materials. Appreciate that a lot, Phil. Hope you're getting some you know, good feedback here for your business, and I hope some you viewers that watch this channel will, if you're in need of a sail, will think of Phil. His link is in the descriptions below as well, Instagram page as well, and yeah, great. I'll definitely work with you again, Phil, when next time I need a jib, which will probably be in a year or so. Okay, well that's it for now. I hope you enjoyed this episode. Coming up next week, we have left East Lombok and Bali and all of the restaurants and all the people behind. We are actually on new adventures and discovering stuff now from next week on. And we're heading against the trade winds. Will be a bit of a battle upwind for about 1,000 miles, but we'll take you along on that. Should be regular content now every Sunday. We had a bit of a break now. We're in Bali for a month, but should be all go from now on. See you next week. Bye bye.